5. How exciting. So let's get underway already. Shut up, Dan, and make it happen. Very, very rough recap, of course. There was some downtime in the city of Zambora and the party's keep just outside. Fun things took place. Nala arrived, and Sterling Sam shortly after. We got a little bit of an update. Oh, thank you, Miz, for the host. Yay. With some information regarding Kalen's heritage, as it were. And Brewer as well. Some information on his origins, both in the same place, over in beneath the island of Bolnodir in the ancient dwarven city of Kaldarul. So, without further ado, we can get things started with an opening scene to set the mood. Armor polished, weapons oiled and sharpened, cape billowing. Like a statue, he stands perfectly still, staring off toward a distant destination, eyes fixated on the horizon with a deep passion burning within. It takes 3 hails from his friend Kalen to get his attention. He's been blocking the front doorway of the keep for the past several minutes, and everyone is bustling to get into the courtyard to continue preparing for their journey. He awkwardly steps aside, allowing the people that he's come to know as friends access the courtyard. He feels a strange warmth in his gem heart, and makes a brief inspection to ensure it's not malfunctioning, though he knows it only does that when they're around. Strange. Today, will he finally be heading toward proper answers? What dangers lay ahead? Will this only bring about more questions, as his efforts in the past have? He looks off to the horizon once more and loses himself in thought as his friends clamor about preparing for their journey. The sun peeks through the dense forest, rising in the sky, bringing with it morning warmth. Let us join our heroes on this fine summer morn as they shuffle around us, preparing for their travels, for we are invisible participants here to witness the epic that is Stormfall. Take it away.
Excuse you, who gave you permission to give me feels about Brewer?
Oh, neat.
Welcome to the club. Alright, so... So where are we at compared to where we stopped last time, Dan? Is it like the same day, or have we...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Have we went to like the next day, or...
Following morning, unless anyone had anything they'd like to do beforehand, then we will definitely just skip back and enjoy that and play that out.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. Then it's next morning, or, as sunrise, just a little after. Whatever you're packing, preparing outside to get ready for, wherever you're headed. I think Zambora to teleport. Oh, no, you've got the thing in the house. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we'll probably head out from the maid circle out back.
Okay.
Because that's where we can draw, I can draw.
Yeah.
If it's the next day, then Galathor and Aaronwyn don't have exhaustion, I assume.
Right, you've gotten a rest after the other events.
Everybody should be hunky-dory.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Kaylin, I'll note that Kaylin went up into the artificer's room and grabbed probably just some of her papers, and just rolled them up and put them in the bag.
Okay. Anyone else have anything specifically that they'd like to prepare before getting underway?
Okay. Felix probably would have prepared some dry rations for everybody.
Nice. as everyone's sort of in their morning hubbub, forgotten about the, everyone has basic rations, but it is nice to have Felix. Wait, don't forget.
Felix food is better than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Are there little bags on the countertop with our names on them?
Perfect.
The sandwiches are cut in half diagonally. The crust is removed.
I wanted squares.
Barbarian.
Awesome.
No, that's my life every single time.
Oh man.
D&D is too real.
Too immersive.
I think Bercy would have tried to find like her staff. Is it in the bag? I can't
Give
remember.
that to last. Didn't you give it to someone to hold on to and keep safe?
I think I told Kaylin to put it in the bag along with her proper clothes. Because I think I changed back into my green skirt for. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna find Kaylin and ask her for all my belongings back. So. We have more room for the bag if
I
we need it.
will give them over to you.
And then, seeing what I have on, I'm gonna go change and stuff.
All right. Let's see. Felix is there. Brewer's coming with you. Brewer is very anticipatory this morning, and off in his own world, it would seem.
Has he all been repaired and stuff?
He has some rough repairing done over the chassis that where the wound was to his gem heart. So he's re-armored there and protected. It's mismatching the rest of his armor. You need some finer craftsmanship to correct or upgrade.
Like getting a new piece on your car.
Yeah, it's welded in. Yeah.
His chest piece is primer colored.
Compared to actually taking it in to get it done professionally and just going to the junkyard and getting what you can.
Nice. Yep.
Pretty much.
Found it out. It's okay.
Tunk, tunk, tunk.
Pocket the insurance money.
Thanks, Brewer. Ching, ching. All right, Brewer ends up waiting down by the teleportation circle, sort of pacing in the room. Once he's down there, you'll just hear the mechanical pacing of a, 8.5-foot sentient robot, basically. At one point, everyone has their decrusted sandwiches and other rations from Felix Gannon, and finds themselves in the room. I'm going to say you were probably first there, getting things prepared.
Starting to draw.
Okay.
I'll take my time, make sure, double check. Since we're not in a hurry. So
yeah.
I'll help you with that. Ooh. Even though I don't know the spell, I'm just kind of like help unhelpingly.
You've got the expert runesmanship, so you're like, I've got this part.
Does everyone help the way every 4-year-old helps?
What's that?
Most of the time, yeah. Actually, that's yeah.
Perfect.
That's disturbingly accurate.
All right.
Kaylin will take a minute when going outside to the circle. I'll take a minute and go over to one of the trees in like the outlying area, and just put my put her hand on the tree, and just kind of ask, I guess, the forest. Otherwise, in other words, the our protector. I forgot her name.
Azalea
to protect. Please protect the keep. While we're away.
Okay. A potent breeze ushers through the area, ruffling some leaves up above. Get a gist, like, okay, acknowledgement. All right. So the teleportation circle is one section down, just beneath that stone outside. It's a circular room. that has a small circle of pillars. Think a cleaner version of Stonehenge, just around the very inner circle. And that's where the rune work is done, and within that, Mort, you're helping Erin set out the runes, or rather explaining to her what the runes need to look like, the sequence for where. Bless you. Bless you.
Bless you.
Where were you intending to head again? Was it
Vindemere.
Oh, that's right.
Vindemere. I don't know if it's Mir or Marie. Marie? Vindemere?
I don't know. Melee, I think.
Melee? Okay.
Fin de Melee.
Yep. And I was going to say, as everybody approaches the circle, it's going to be like half bus driver, like, okay, we're going to Vindemere or Vindemere.
Want to use the bathroom?
Anyway, yeah, it's only going to take a minute. But remember, we're not to mention the person who told us this sequence. It's going to be Dandalus Rhett who gave us the. In case anybody asks, because these things aren't usually commonly known. So if you get asked, just so we don't spill the beans on.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But other than that, we're just about ready to go. Oh, go ahead.
Before we step in the teleportation circle, I'm gonna Brixie's gonna whisper to Mellow to come.
Okay, Mellow does a cool, like, snake-like flying thing through the air. Seems to be held up maybe 70% by magic, 30% by the wings on her back. Flies over and kind of tucks in beneath your hair and around the back of your neck. Digs claws in a little bit, having a rough idea of what's about to happen. All right.
And I'm asking this to Warren. Does Seb follow? I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, he's stuck with us this time.
Flutters and lands on your shoulder, Emil. A little bit of excitement. I don't know if Seb's... You know what? Since you have a rough idea, Seb... you know what's happening, so Seb has a rough idea. And like, even your connection there. Mort, when you're done with your safety speech, you go ahead and begin the process of uttering the incantation. And as you do, first 10 seconds, you all see Mort gesturing with his hands and speaking the words to the spell. And you hear heavy stone engaging as they're about the outer perimeter of this circle. Again, this is a good 100 feet from one end to the other. Has stonework that's probably a 1.5 feet tall, a stone on top of the other up to the ceiling, about a 10-foot space between floor and ceiling, and each row begins to change and spin in opposite directions of one another upward, and it begins picking up speed as Mort begins picking up volume with his casting, until it becomes a fast whir, and you can feel almost a breeze from the arcane energy. A little bit of arcane energy arcs across the top of these pillars, and the runes glow beneath you. And you disapparate from this location, all drawn with a very heavy force, as though something has grabbed you by the front and is pulling you at warp 6 to another location, which you quickly snap out of, and all the momentum stops. Who here has not used a teleportation circle yet? Okay, Calathor, Aaron, oh, Blueberry.
Did she come from Bexley? Yeah, she came from Bexley, right? Down the Thieves Guild in Bexley? You were down there, weren't you?
Yeah, that's where you met her, right?
Yeah,
Man.
so we came from Bexley to here.
Okay.
Via a teleportation circle. So we're cool.
All right.
You're cool.
Blueberry's good. So, Aaron and Galathor, if you'd make dexterity saving throws, please, as you snap out of this incredible gravitational-like force.
Oh, Sam.
3.
Oh, no.
Somebody's getting airsick.
I rolled a 2.
3 and 20.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun.
I face plant into the back of Galathor's armor.
Poof, you bing. There's an awful ringing sound off of Galathor's metalwork. Boom, and you take 2 bludgeoning damage, Aaron.
I brought that upon myself.
And a slightly bloody nose, but nothing's badly hurt or broken. No bruising will come from it. Just a good whack.
That's well-made stuff.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
You're very immovable. Ugh. You're good. You're good. My fault. You would think I would be able to keep my feet under me for this. Ow. Okay. I'm good.
You hear the scuffle of some feet coming down. There's only one exit from this room, and you hear scuffle of some feet coming down as Erin gets her bearings. Everyone else, you land fine. You've done this before. You're familiar with it. 3 people pour in, poorly armored. Not what you would call a professional soldier at all, a professional guard. They look like they were conscripted to this, and they look like they maybe have a little more fear at this unknown than they do command of the situation. The 3 pile in, and the woman that leads the other 2 steps up with a spear in her hand and just tucks it under her shoulder and points it forward about 10 feet away from everyone. What are you all doing here? Announce yourselves. Name and purpose.
We are. Galen kind of looks to Morty.
We're seeking passage. We're coming through.
I was trying to fix it the other day. All right.
It's okay. There's nothing, nefarious going on.
Name and purpose, sir. Name and purpose.
Mortimer Fletcher. We're seeking passage out of here from this town. We're in Fin-de-Marie, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we've come to the right place. I was the one who set up the teleportation circle rune for our group. We're
looking for a boat.
This is the closest point of passage we could. We're looking to go to Windermere or perhaps even further west to quickly trying to get the name off the tip of my tongue. Bon Lodier.
Right.
We're looking for a boat.
Just passing through, basically, to pardon the phrase. But
make a straight up charisma check, Mort.
Can I assist him with my rustic hospitality?
Ooh, okay, yeah.
So do that at advantage.
Naturally, charisma.
Do you want me to roll separately, or do you want to roll it with advantage?
Please roll separately.
Nice. Yeah. What do you want to say to add to it, Aaron?
I'm just gonna kind of step forward, grabbing my nose, just we're just coming through here to sorry to surprise you. We didn't know who to talk to warn ahead. But we're just looking for a boat. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
And that's a 24 on charisma.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Beautiful. 17 minus 1.
All right.
Hey, not bad.
Plus 5.
Stand down. My apologies. We don't have too many folks come through here anymore. But you're welcome to be guided by us, please. She waves to the other 2 to get on the other side of the rest of you. This way. I'll show you the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And heads out the doorway, and it's a stairwell up, long winding stairwell up. And you can see that there are chips in the stone in the stairwell here. As you approach the top, maybe 3 levels up, there's been no other doorways open. There were 2 decrepit, broken down doorways collapsed on the way up that led to nothing because they were closed off. But you reach maybe 3 levels up, and you can smell the sea air, the ocean air was wafting in down that stairwell from that last flight of steps. You see what was at one point destruction now being rebuilt. There's a decent number of construction workers here and other tradespeople applying their trades, trying to build what appears to be, you seem to be on some sort of a campus, which I think Sterling Sam may have mentioned, that there was a Tensor University here.
Sorry,
Erwin, you see as you're passing over this doorway that has no door on it, it's an open frame, and above the frame, just before you step out into the sandy area, outside area, the symbol for Tensor University above the door frame.
I step back. I just don't go forward. I just step back.
I stay back with Erwin.
Okay.
And like I grab her hand and just squeeze it to indicate that everything's gonna be okay.
Was it not like 24 hours ago that there was a thing?
I probably would recognize the tensor sign as well, right?
Probably because you went there initially. That was your first thing. So
I was looking. Yeah, so I might just ask the guards, why is this in such disrepair?
Oh, well, this used to be a grand city, some century and a half ago, a century ago or so. Sadly, there was great damage from a dragon, and the city was completely destroyed, as you can see the wreckage here. There are some families that have just recently begun making repairs here, investing, as it were, in the city to bring it back to what it used to be. Families with lineage back to those that used to run the city 100 years ago or so. But there's a functional port and one sturdy inn for travelers, foreigners, which I'll direct you to. You can seek passage. The building over here, there's blue, and she's pointing down maybe some 300, 400 feet away or where the docks are. And there's a big, obvious tavern. It has the sign hanging out front, and it has all the makings of a really big inn and tavern. A little larger than what you've probably seen before, as it houses all of their visitors. Beyond that, there is a stone building with a stucco finish on the outside, and then another building that is stonework, but it's been painted blue. The blue building over there is where you can seek passage on ships, or work, whatever it is you're looking for. It sounds like you're looking for trips where there is a boat that ferries people only, and does not ferry goods and other things where you have to work. But if there is not one in port now, you may need to earn your keep in a merchant vessel instead. The rules of the city are fairly straightforward. Keep your hands to yourselves and don't cause any trouble, and your time here will be just fine.
If I just may be so bold, who's paying you and who's maintaining the guard over this teleportation circle? I mean, obviously you guys basically asking who's running the show in the city.
You feel as though you're asking quite a few questions for just a traveler.
Well, we don't want to offend anyone. We don't want to. I'd like to know who
who we can offer our help to if we have
if
to
needed.
Stay for a little while or whatever.
Do a roll here. I think that the families behind every construction shouldn't be a matter of import. Just,
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
yes, security and all.
Dan, can I take a look around, and from looking at the destruction of the city, can I tell what at least element of dragon this was that attacked?
You can make an investigation check. It's going to be because it was so long ago. It'll be a tough thing, but go for it.
Flat roll. 3.
A big dragon.
Big nasty dragon with huge
At
teeth.
least one and a big dragon. Yeah.
Okay.
Would Brixie know? Can I make an investigation check?
You can make an investigation check. The same thing. It's going to be a really high
DC.
just 'cause
And
it's
is the university just like a shell of a building, or is it even there? Or
This section is mostly a shell, but you can see other parts of the premises where they have not a complete. They have all the framework up for the main building, and some of the stone is in place, but they have like a tarp sort of material over the top. There isn't a roof on it yet, so
it's clearly not a college anymore.
No, it has a while to go before people stay here.
16.
Okay, Brixie. Now you're not sure. It looks kind of primal and the devastation, but other than that, there's really nothing that points to a particular. It's just been lost to time.
Okay, well, as we pass through, I'm just gonna kind of do a little flick and just send an arc of lightning across the symbol and just scar it.
Nice. As you're walking, you just lash that up.
Yep.
When it was, and it does. It gives a cool scorch mark across it. All right. The guard brings you over to in front of the tavern, and says, "This is the Sea's Mercy." And as you can see, it's a bit larger than most taverns. We house all of our visitors and voyagers here. You're welcome to. I'm sure there are rooms right now for rent. Oops. Sorry. I thought I could quickly sneak a note in, and that failed because I can't type. And over here, the blue building again is where you'll find. Is where you should go to see what ships may be available to you. And I wish you all the best. Please know that you'll need to speak with one of us should you want to use the teleportation circle again. Which is fine. You just need an escort. But otherwise, the grounds of Tensor University here are off limits.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been most helpful. Who should I say? I mean, your name, so if I can ask for you if we need to use the teleportation circle again.
Renee.
Oh, thank you. And I'll give him a gold piece for his troubles. You've been most helpful.
Thank you. She pockets it and calls the other guards back over to the Tensor University. And you stand before the two buildings with the stucco one down in the end. Which would you like to head in first?
I will survey the group.
Probably, I think. So Aaron was gonna kind of let's just see how soon we can get a boat going, I guess.
Yeah, we should probably check on the boats first, just in case there's a schedule.
Yeah, she glances over at Brewer. It's like, yeah, I think the sooner we leave, the better.
Nice. You see in the ports here, you see currently a single ship, and it's a merchant vessel. They're hauling some crates off of it currently as you approach the blue building. So, of course, the smell of the ocean is very strong here for those not accustomed to it. It definitely there's a salty and fishy odor to it. But to those who are accustomed to it, I can smell it now. It's a wonderful, delightful scent. Awesome. Oh, I love it. You approach it inside. It's sort of reminiscent of maybe an office-ish, but there are a number of harbor workers that are taking a break inside, and it's mostly an open layout, but there is in the back a desk with a person sitting behind it.
Excuse me?
And there's a oh, come on, Dan. What's the goblin that kind of perks up over his books. Yes.
Hi, I'm Kaylin. This is the rest of my friends. We're looking for a boat, a merchant. Well, not a merchant boat, but preferably a boat for passengers. Do you have any leaving soon?
Well, Kaylin and friends.
Yeah.
There's a merchant ship that's due to head out first thing in the morning. Takes another book and flips through it. There is a passenger ship that's due to arrive in the morning. Before sunrise. They'll be due out the following morning.
Okay.
If all goes according to schedule.
What is the let's see, how many are there of us? Caleb would turn it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
including brewer.
Yeah. How many for 8 on passage on the passenger ship?
Well, let's see. It depends on your destination, Kaylin and friends.
Kaylin will look over to Morty. Where were we landing again?
Well, if we're going for a straight shot, we're going to Bon le Deer.
Okay. Here. Do you know of it?
I'm aware of it. Not many people head out that way. But this particular captain has ventured out there in the past. I suppose it depends on what her current needs are, and if she has anyone else she's just making a stop for others. I think you'll have to talk to the captain for a more specific price.
What's the captain's name?
Well, let's see. Captain's name is Moretta Colon.
Loretta Colon. Okay, excellent. What is the? So you said, and that's the captain of the
lee side.
The passenger. The passenger.
Yes. The lee side is a passenger ship.
What may I ask? Who the captain is of the merchant ship that's leaving tomorrow morning?
Captain Bergbottom.
Captain Bergbottom.
Yes.
And no idea if Captain Bergbottom would know of Bon le Deer.
Captain Bergbottom is less likely to travel to Bon le Deer, as they are a merchant vessel, and they trade mainly within coastal cities of some import in order to sell and purchase wares.
Okay. All right.
Every time he says bird bottom, Aaron kind of chuckles a little bit.
Nice.
Well, thank you for your information. What's your name, kind sir?
Yikes. Where's his name? My name is Lazard.
Didn't expect me to ask for the name. Gotcha.
I scrolled down too far. So I can look at this.
To be totally fair, we have a history of not asking NPCs.
Nice.
We're playing catch up.
Well, thank you, Lazard. I appreciate your help with this. Yes.
I hope you and your friends enjoy your time here.
Thank you. Thanks. Well, okay. Well, let's head on out, I guess.
We awkwardly shuffle
Kaylin
out.
will leave.
Lazard just sort of watches as all of you pile back out.
8 people, overtly stumble out of a small office.
Gets back to work. Back within the ocean air.
All right,
Where do you
so
want
we
to head?
can wait to talk to Piers. I mean, everyone heard the information, correct? Okay. All right. Should we talk to Bird Bottom at all, the merchant vessel, or should we wait to talk to Miss Colon?
Waiting for that. I was waiting for it. Waiting for it.
Everybody here has funny names.
Should we bring some food for Miss Colon to help ease negotiations?
Nice.
This is all in character.
Perhaps something fibrous.
Yeah, I believe it's always good to get. Yeah.
I don't know. She might be on a cleanse.
Some prunes.
True. It's true. Cleanses. Yeah, so should we even bother with Bird Bottom, or should we wait to talk to the
Right. Well, we got plenty of time. We could talk and find out if he has any interest and what would he charge, so we could bounce it off against what the passenger ship's going to charge us.
Yeah, I think I'd feel better about it if we talk to him as well, just in case. Otherwise, who knows when Bird Bottom,
Yes.
the merchant vessel captain.
Cool.
Because they're leaving tomorrow, but the passenger vessel is coming in tomorrow and leaving the next morning.
Right.
So
Day 3. Yeah.
if something happens with Miss Colon and she doesn't know about Bon the Deer, or then we might be sitting around for a bit.
City.
Should we follow her around to see if she has regular movements?
I don't. She hasn't landed yet.
Nice.
You know, everything's. You know, her ship is still digesting, so
Still waiting for up.
into port.
Yeah,
So
starting to regret it.
it's fine. All right. So let's. I guess I should have. Dan, can I see like a? Well, no, he said the he said the merchant vessel is leaving tomorrow morning, so they should be in dock right now.
Mhm.
Yep.
Correct?
I
Do I see
Yep.
a merchant vessel in dock that I can? Okay, I will look around. Once I see it, I will just march up to it.
Okay, the gangplank is down, and there are a lot of people that are bringing down cargo and loading it on the dock. So frequently enough where if you all want to go up the gangplank, you'll have to sort of, a couple of you can scooch up while others are bringing down these big boxes and stuff. You have to take turns kind of going up the gangplank. Or you can call from the side, whatever you'd like to do.
I'll wait on the dock.
Okay, I'll be going up the gangplank.
Okay.
Get business done.
Who else wants to go up the gangplank onto the ship with Kaylin, and who wants to stay?
I will push Morty in front of me.
I was just going to say, this being the first time Morty has ever seen the ocean.
I will start up, and then I'll be like, nope, Morty. So he's going with me, whether he wants to or not.
Okay. Brewer's staying on the dock.
Sandwich him between us. Follow behind.
With our combined horrible charisma.
It's
We'll
okay,
need
I'm a
Aaron
sorcerer. I have a charisma of 20.
Oh, nice. Woo.
Yeah.
Brewer goes out
so-
to the end of the dock, looking off into the horizon.
Kind of holds on for a bit because this is the first time he's seen the ocean. He's sort of like a little wary of stepping off of land.
Are you okay, Mortimer? Are you
Just-
okay?
Yeah,
Sort of
I'll be
rocking
all
like
right.
this.
I just need a minute. This is the first time I've seen the ocean, and we have bodies of water in the under, but it's nothing this vast where you can't see anything else. As far as the eye can see, this is a little intimidating.
I'll kind of lean down and go, it's big, isn't it?
Big and huge.
Aaron win.
And the smell, we didn't have the salt. Well, I guess I'll get used to it.
It's not a good smell to you.
I guess it's a new smell. Let's put that.
Smells better.
Yeah.
A bird that can best be described as a flying rat swoops down near.
Sort of.
It's okay. It's okay. It won't.
Give it a swipe with the quarterstaff.
It'll just annoy you. It's not going to. It's not going to hurt you. I will start squeezing my way to where see, I will look for the person that I think looks the most in charge and who is ordering people around in.
Okay. You see someone up on the deck that seems to be barking orders. And you approach.
All right. Since you've pushed me up to...
Well,
You're here for information.
yeah, I can take
Okay, gotcha.
Kaylin's taking the lead. Kaylin's
You see
taking
a gnome that is
No problem.
wearing sort of loose, flowing, sort of like MC Hammer pants, except they're white, just like completely solid color instead of wild patterns. But like flowing pants with a black sash around the waist and then just like a loose vest on his chest.
I will just stand there looking at him.
All right. Oops, wrong die. Okay. A minute or so goes by where he's barking orders to different people before he's trying to ignore you, but it only lasts so long before he's like...
Okay, after like 20 seconds, I'm gonna get antsy and like step forward and go, "Hi."
Sir? I
over there, third... No, the neck. Thank you.
I'm gonna go up to him and just kind of like.
Yes. Hello. Good
I'm
day.
looking for the captain.
Welcome aboard
Mr.
my ship, apparently.
Oh, Mr.
How may I
Birdbottom.
help you?
Captain Birdbottom. Sorry.
Bergbottom. Thank you.
Bergbottom. Wow, I swear the lady, the guy in the blue building. Okay. So the blue building told me that
Careful with that.
we're heading out tomorrow morning, correct?
Yes. We're unloading our goods. We're resting and heading out first thing at daybreak.
Are you taking any people on to help out for passage?
That's okay. Now this makes more sense. We're always willing for the right fee and a little service to make sure everyone's pulling their own weight.
Where are you going?
Currently, we're headed to the city of Bexley. We're going to resupply with some of the natural resources there. But we do have a couple other cities. Where is it you're looking to head?
Bon the deer. I whisper in Kaylin's ear.
Yes, I know where I'm from. Bon is where we're looking to head to.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, actually, now that I think about it, we just don't have room for anyone on our ship this journey.
Why are you getting nervous?
Can I insight check?
Yeah. Are you up there with them, Brixie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be flying like close to them, but like near the side.
Which form are you in?
I'm flying.
Oh, right, you've got your wings. Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Insight. What are there?
If I see him looking at her, I'll just say she's with us. She's not a threat.
I'm gonna kind of lean down to Kaylin.
20 total. Dirty 20.
Nice. Go ahead.
Just lean down to
Aaron.
Kaylin. Do we really need to go back to Bexley?
Nice.
No, we're not. No, if I can help it. But I'm interested in your reaction, Mr. Bergbottom. Should we be nervous? We're heading to Bon the Deer.
Well, Brixie, you see, just to cover your insight check, you see he did change his tone, of course, at the mention of Bon the Deer, and then furthermore when he saw you. Seemed to
I'm gonna
turn the
land
tides.
near. And then I'm just gonna hide my wings.
I'm asking sincerely. We're looking to go there, and I just want to see. You know the sea. You know
Yes,
probably more
yes.
about the area than we do.
Probably.
We'd be nervous about going to Bon the Deer as well.
It's
Yeah, what's over there? And I'll use
Nothing.
rest of hospitality to try to just kind of. Yeah, we just. What's up with over there?
you can see he's a little more at ease with you, Aaron. Well, there's nothing. There's nothing there. There's no trade. There's nothing for us as a merchant vessel. And, well, it's just not a place that's very friendly to outsiders. And,
Dwarves don't trade there?
Well, yeah. What are the stories? There has to be stories coming from there, then, if it makes you this nervous.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's also your...
Really good stories. So I've heard.
Aaron would make a persuasion check. And Kaylin, because you're also saying something, you can make your own, or you can give Aaron an advantage.
I will give Aaron an advantage.
Okay.
Ooh, thank you for that. 26.
What was the first roll, Sam?
There's a 4 and a 17.
Nice. Awesome. I'd be happy to tell you, but I'm afraid I would very much, I would just ask, and he kind of looks over to you, Aaron, with the camaraderie there from your racial thing. If you wouldn't mind having your friend leave, it is incredibly bad luck to have her on the ship, and we have a very long voyage tomorrow.
How about this? You're super busy getting your ship all ready,
Yes.
everything. We'll buy you a drink at dinner once you're all done. You can tell us stories there.
Very well. Yes, that sounds good.
Deal. I fist bump him.
Nice. All right then. Yes, but make way then.
I kind of like gather everybody and like kind of start herding everyone off the ship. Like, okay, let's go.
When Aaron would start doing that, Brixie's just gonna fly.
Okay.
And then she's gonna fly near the shore, just reminiscing on when she was at the Feywild near the beach.
Oh, how nice. Okay.
And then...
Oh, carry on.
Okay. And then she is going to sit and she's going to try to commune with her mentor.
Okay.
Just...
I think that most of your communing happens, I guess sometimes it's outside of sleep. But we'll say you sit on a part of the dock where your feet are able to dangle into. It's a very low part near the water. And you're able to dangle your feet in the water. And you attempt to do that. So go ahead and make a wisdom check, Brixie. But while you're doing that, Blueberry, what is it that you'd like to do?
I would like to be trying to stalk a seagull.
Awesome. Ooh. If you were to catch it, do you want to just follow it around, or do you want to try and
I want to catch it.
Ooh. Make a. Oh, what should we do? Nature. Nature check. Either nature, or you can do a straight up dex check.
Okie dokie, I will do a...
Either one's with advantage, because there's a boatload of seagulls and you're puppers.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that was good. The 20.
Oh, nice. All right,
They're
seagulls.
20.
Let's see how they're doing. Oh, seagull 1 got a 20. The first one you go for is this master seagull, where you're both on equal footing, and it's sort of an epic chase until it flies off finally. You're but you turn around and you see another one that looks like dumb as bricks. It's sort of huh?
Fine.
You're boom, hitting its face, and you're haha, because that one rolled a 2. Completely unaware, and you're and it starts flying, and you give chase, and it gets enough air where it's almost out of your range, but you use your super strength barbarian dog legs to jump up on one of the poles on the side of the dock, boom, woo, and you jump up, and get it by the neck and drag it down to the in a
Do I
cool
see this
barbarian
happening?
tumble. Probably not, only because you're concentrating on your
Okay.
thing down the dock.
Darn.
Yeah.
Has I said that before? I try to find Blueberry. Do I see him do that?
I guess if you want to see it from down the dock.
Okay. I got a 18 total.
Okay. All right. Before I jump into that with you, Brixie, Blueberry, as you catch this, is there anything that you want to do with the seagull, or?
I would like to wait till Mort comes back down the plank because I saw it trying to dive bomb him. I'm just gonna drop it at his feet and be like, "I got it for you."
Aww.
Beautiful. In fact, I was thinking, I thought Mort might wander down on the beach anyway, just to.
Nice. She walked by, Blueberry. Got this.
Oh, this is. Thank you so much. And I'm like, I wonder what it tastes like.
Nice.
So we take this back to the inn, I think, for.
Okay. You pick up the seagull, carry the limp seagull in hand as you go down. As you reach the beginning of the dock, a little further down the dock, you walk past Brixie, who's sort of meditating in her space. Brixie, you close your eyes and attempt to go into sort of like a daydream trance. Your mentor currently feels distant. It's kind of like you're leaving a voicemail. It's the impression you get. Mentor is distant. Let's see, where are you? But closer than the last time that you... Out of reach, but still, the presence is closer to you than the last time you tried this out over at the keep.
Because the last time I was trying to contact my mentor, it ended up in a nightmare. If my memory serves me recalls.
It's like a darkness that's sort of fogging up the connection. All right.
Okay, and then I join everybody back.
Okay.
I'll find a meal.
Ah, neat. What's Emil up to?
I guess Emil would mostly just be hanging out, waiting for. We already kind of told that this talking to this captain wouldn't be fruitful, so he kind of waited at the end of the dock. But when Blueberry Pancake comes and rejoins the others, Seb is going to caw at Blueberry Pancake, give dirty looks, fly around different vantages, and kind of single Blueberry out and give very, very bird-like warning not to mess with him.
I just like does that.
Awesome. That was beautiful. All right. So is there anything anyone would like to do before dinner time, evening comes around, before you approach the tavern inn?
Okay, I kind of lean over to Mort. You're the one that has all the money, right?
Yes, I have the shared funds for the.
Okay, because I don't have anything.
What would you like? Neither did I when I joined this group, so we have that in common.
I still don't.
We need to find good paying jobs. Anyway, what do you have in mind?
Well, because we offered to buy the guy a drink so he would talk to us.
Oh yeah.
And well, you probably don't know because you've never been to this side of the ocean before. But the sailor types, they talk a lot when they have food and drink, and someone who will listen to their stories.
I think that's very perceptive of you.
Well,
a good idea.
home wasn't that far from the ocean, so we'd go down there every so often, and there'd be sailors there.
If it smelled like this, why?
It didn't smell like this. This smells like death and destruction ocean. Home smelled like good forest ocean.
See, I lived in a port city. It smelled like garbage and refuse ocean.
Well, see, no wonder you don't like the smell.
All right, so I guess, yeah, sure. What do you want? 10, 20 gold pieces?
And we could just pay as the bill comes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, you're covered. Don't worry.
Do I need
We'll
a
start a tab.
Do I need to go cat for him? Because he felt uneasy when I was around.
It may be the double-looking wings. Sailors are superstitious. A lot of people are superstitious.
I could tell. There's no way for me to get rid of them. Or I tried. So I really can't hide them.
If you want to change forms, then yeah, go for it. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Yeah, you don't have to, Brixie. If he has a problem, then he has a problem. We can deal with that. I don't want you to feel like that you have to hide yourself.
I give Caitlin a nod.
But I know you like being a cat, and I won't put cheese on you this time.
Deal.
Oh, question. Oh no, this is Bluebird.
Sorry.
Sorry, Dan.
Nope, my bad. I'm not here.
Toggles up.
I'm going to say this quietly, but do you think they have talking dogs here, or should I,
Well, I'm going to say you're the first talking dog I've ever met. So
maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't. If you see another talking dog,
yeah,
let loose.
Let loose. I will give
my Sunday shoes.
Yeah, I will give Blueberry a sausage from my bag.
Yes.
And give Blueberry a nice reassuring pat on the head.
Scritches.
Yeah.
And then I will go inside and start a tab at the bar.
Okay.
And get a large whiskey.
Nice. Are you head into the Sea's Mercy? And again, it's there's 3 floors to this particular building. It's in an L-shaped building. Down, it sort of wraps around the corner edge of the dock on land, and there's tons and tons of rooms here. Very large. The whole bottom floor, effectively, the whole one portion of the L of the building is just open tavern. There's tables. There's a bar up front that loops around. So there's 3 sides to it. It's a little bit busy here, mostly with workers, dock workers. You see a few people that might be traveling. Let's see, with things of import that you might see in here. A handful of people at the bar. There are some workers, possibly from the ship. They look like sailors. Emil, you spot a game of dice with 3 people in one of the back booths. And that's it. Kaylin, you approach the bar, and human gentleman, probably in his mid-40s or so, approaches, comes over. Has a cool handlebar mustache, cool. Runs down and turns into a beard up the sides, and has hair that essentially kind of goes just over his ears and around the back here, and he's sort of balding on top. Well, pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name's Bergand. Holds a hand out to shake.
Kaylin, I will shake his hand.
Ah, that's welcome to the Sea's Mercy.
Firmly.
Nice. Oh, quite a grip you've got there. Well, what can I get you? A strong drink for a strong...
Yes. First off, I would like to start a tab. Do you do tabs here at this bar? Just an open account for myself and my friends?
If you can put something down to start the tab, just to...
What would you like down?
Depends on how much you're looking to drink. Is it just you tonight, lass? I saw some folks come in with you.
We have some more. I will hand him... I'll hand him 2 gold and see if that suffices.
Oh, certainly. Yes, absolutely. Consider the tab opened. What can I start you with? You're looking for the fine stuff? And he, shows top shelf.
Strongest drink you have, please.
Give me what the sailors like.
Nice. He sees you kind of peek back with little things.
You guys are gonna get strong islands, huh?
I can handle it.
All right, strong islands, nice. All right. Yes, you do seem like you both have the constitution for it. And he actually opens up a cupboard behind him, and inside is like a locked safe. He pulls some keys off his chain and opens it up. And there's a number of bottles, tall, heavy glass bottles in there. That have sort of a rectangular build to them where they go up to a point where the cap is. And he takes out this blue, like this cobalt blue glass with whatever drink is in it, a bottle rather, and puts 2 shot glasses down. He says, well, with the tab we've got open, this is, I'll put this on the house. This is mighty strong. Would you like any bread or nuts to go along with this, just in case it burns a little too much?
Bread sounds good.
All right. And he takes out a fresh loaf of bread. He goes around back and takes out fresh, it was baked this morning. There you are. Now, I'm just going to start you off with this, not saying anything with this amount. He pours a very, very small sliver. Drink as much as you want after this, but just for a taste, and hold a shot glass up to each of you.
I will take the shot glass.
I'll kind of like hold it up to Kaylin, like clink.
As he pours it in, coming off of the liquid, it's this perfectly clear liquid, and coming off of it, it's like heat distortion off of a hot engine on a car or something. Just warps the air a little bit, and so as you hold it up, you can see this warping of the air just above it.
Oh, that's really cool.
And he kind of takes a step back, like precautiously,
like I'm just kind of like, it's just Erin was just thinking to herself, I wonder if this will mess with my lightning at all.
I will hand Erin a little piece of bread. Eat this along with it. Soak up some of it. It's probably wise. I will tear off a piece of bread and hand to Brewer, who I'm guessing is around.
You know what? Where would he be? I think he'd feel comfortable coming in here. Yeah, and I think he'd be with you. Yep.
Okay. All right, I will hand a piece of bread to Brewer.
I
will take a piece of bread myself, and I will throw the shot back.
Clink.
Oh, okay. Like both of you, I guess, I don't know, would Brewer be effective? I'm just going to roll something for Brewer because it'd be funny. No, he's not drinking. He doesn't have a shot glass. Can the two of you roll Constitution saving throw with disadvantage, please?
Oh no! This is the thing from our crew.
Even with the dragon's Constitution.
Yeah, this is like this is sort of a top class. Like he's got.
This is the drink from Uncle.
Oh no!
Nice.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, okay. That's a save.
Yes.
We have a high save, 13.
That's a 10.
Yikes.
Oh no. Yeah,
No, wait. A Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
Save, right?
Save.
Okay,
Yeah.
Then it's a 13.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
A little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Super close too. Super close for both of you. It burns like a mofo. Like it catches in your throat. I'm trying to think of an actual drink that's something like I think Jaeger. I haven't had Jägermeister forever, but it's something that just like rips up your throat as it goes down, and you go from 0 to 60 with intoxication. You don't get sick because you both get a 13, but it was a 14 to avoid the burn and avoid the being on the upper end of tipsy, not drunk, but upper end of tipsy inside of like a minute, 2 minutes. Oddly, has a deliciously sweet flavor. It just burns.
This sounds like a really cheap grappa.
Nice.
That's the good stuff. You were right.
So Aaron is drunk.
Tipsy, like just almost drunk, but tipsy. Yeah. He kind of looks at her laughing.
Brix is gonna come behind and just look like Aaron and Kaylin.
That's good. Wow.
Yeah, it's.
I'll just kind of like claw half the bread and just.
Nice. Shall I pour you another?
I just look at him.
Forget that? No.
Mm-mm.
I think that's enough, but thank you. That was
Certainly.
delicious.
Good. And lass,
Yeah.
another. He
No,
pours
she
another.
no,
Mm-mm.
Puts a sliver down in front of her.
Like, I doubt it.
All right, make another con save with disadvantage.
Bricky's gonna take the shot glass and she's just gonna
This one
smell
was
it.
tilted.
What does it
Ooh,
smell like?
lots better.
It's relatively odorless when you smell it. Mm-hmm.
May I dip a
22.
A 22?
Can Brixie just dip her finger,
Mhm.
lick it, if there's any residue left?
Yeah. Go ahead and make just a standard a standard Constitution save as you lick the.
Come on, Grog, don't fail me.
Aaron, when you
Woohoo!
get
That was almost a 7.
Hmm.
Constitution?
save. Mm-hmm.
Save?
In case you have a bonus to it.
That's a 16. That was almost a natural 1.
Okay.
Almost.
It's as though you bit into a hot pepper. It burns your tongue a bit.
So it's like a Carolina Reaper.
Yeah, maybe not that hot. It's more like a Scotch bonnet or habanero. It's hot, but it doesn't reach your throat. It just kind of burns your tongue and fills up your mouth a little bit. You don't get drunk from it. Aaron, when you manage to, I'm going to say it bumps you just from, because you were already in the upper end of tipsy. You're like high tipsy.
All right, I think she's had enough.
That was good.
All right, and he takes it and
That was
walks it back up.
real good stuff. Guys, you have got to try this. It's so good.
Would alcohol be considered poison?
Yeah, it's a toxin. Yeah, that gets in it. Yep.
Forgot to change my spells.
Nice. Now we've got some ales and some lagers, and of course some mixed drinks if you're looking for any of that.
You have this.
Bring us what the sailor's like. We're going to be talking to that one captain. He's going to tell us some stories, and I told him
I
food.
think you're good, Aaron. I think you're fine.
I like listening to stories, so whatever the drink is, bring me.
You're doing great.
A pitcher,
Thank
then, perhaps?
How
What
about
is
some
it like?
water? Why don't you bring? We could use some water.
Sure. And get some water and brings it over in a frosted mug. There you are.
I will hand another piece of bread to Aaron Wynn.
While Kaylin's at the bar, can I use message to say, order some food, please? Thank you.
Oh, food.
Wait,
Right.
yeah. Can
Well, go
can
ahead.
you order some food, please, and thank you? Okay, that's nice.
Well,
I guess we're all moving to a table, I guess.
So,
if you want.
what kind of food do you serve here, if any?
We do mostly, of course, seafood, aplenty. We do have some other meats brought from inland, but it's mostly your meat and potatoes type of meals.
Best
have-
kind of meals.
We have 8 people that we'll be feeding.
Nine,
All right.
9 with the captain guy.
Well, the brewer won't be eating. No, brewer just eats.
He kind of looks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see. I'd probably be a little a little fearful of a brewer. Like,
He's
don't worry about him. He's
fine.
real cool. He's real cool.
all right.
I'm kind of gonna guide Aaron away from the bar.
Wait, no, but I'm supposed to do. But the thing.
We'll find the table. We'll find the table. Don't worry.
Brixie. Thank you.
But the things.
He'll be here. He'll find us.
So my group is sitting, I guess, at the tables over there where they're occupying currently. That group
You
of
see
weird
more
looking
like approaching
people
the table here.
over in the corner.
Ah.
And we're expecting someone in, so about 8 people.
Alright.
Nothing too heavy, but just, so I guess just seafare, I guess would be fine.
All right. Well, we have a never-ending stew. If you all like stew.
That's nice. That's good.
Cauldron sets up right in the middle of these fine tables.
Nice,
Runs
nice.
low, you
So
let us know,
yeah,
we fill it up.
that and some bread along with some, medium strength mead.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you like a pitcher, an unending pitcher of mead?
That would be perfect.
All right.
Right about then, Ward's going to wander up and say,
Ah.
darn this thing. This is the first time I've seen the ocean, but this is certainly the first time I've ever seen this. These seafowl, I don't know what you would call them. He just apparently just dropped dead right in front of me. I don't know if these things, have heart attacks or whatever. But I bring out the seagull. I'm like, I would be ashamed if it would go to waste. Can you compare this?
Oh no, let it go to waste, lad.
Okay, I hand over the seagull to the bartender.
Oh, and he kind of picks it up by the neck, like, no, these are full of disease and no.
Here, I'll take care of that. I will grab it and take it out.
Thank you. Gonna huck it out on the beach.
Fun, unnecessary fact, you guys. The seagull is the state bird of Utah.
Perfect. Why? Awesome.
Brixie's gonna guide Erwin to Galathor and just sit her, and then I'm gonna find Emil.
Okay, where can Emil be found?
Dicing.
He's at the dice game.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm just gonna stand and observe and learn more about his god that he worships. So.
All right. So Emil, as you have approached this game, one of the people there seems to have lost a number of times in a row, and in frustration they stand up and walk away as you approach, leaving you a seat open. The other two people that sit there are there's a teen boy that seems to be a half elf, probably 17, 18, somewhere around there. And it seems to be not an adventurer, but a traveler, wearing traveler's clothes. The other person has been drinking for a bit. Their clothes look like maybe at one point they were adventurer's clothes. He's got some, a leather vest on and some other stuff, but you don't see any weapons in the little holsters he's got for daggers or swords or something. You imagine at a quick glance, kind of unkempt appearance, and speaking a little slovenly, and some wear and tear to his clothes. And he seems to be the one kind of running the game. These seem to be his dice. And he, as you approach, well, pull up a seat. What's your game? Standard dice or
Whatever we're playing, just small stakes. I'm a bit of a cleric, so can't go spending other people's money.
Understood. All right. Well, that's about all I play as well. So, all right, Ernie, here we go. And he starts, ruffling, playing a round or two of dice with mixed wins. Where he seems to be fairly loquacious, and he's striking conversations. Ernie Kid is over here too. Talks a little bit about what he's doing there. He's just came off a ship, and he's waiting for the next merchant ship to come in. He's going to pick up some work and travel the world. Lofty dreams of an adventurer wannabe. As a teenager, this guy here introduces himself at one point. Says, "Well, you seem like you're fairly accustomed to playing dice, eh? Well, my name's Rigby Scarlin," and holds a hand out to you, Emil.
Emil will shake it. So are you foreign to this town as well?
Yep, looking for a bit of travel. Waiting for the next ship to come in that takes passengers.
Is it just me, or is this town a little bit cold to people who aren't from around here?
No, I'd have to agree with you there. Seems to be a bit of a locals club. The people in here, the bartender seems to be pleasant enough, but you wander out into town, and they're not so happy to see you.
That's strange. Usually Port Town lives and dies by the trade through the port.
Indeed. Must be my second time running through here since they started the work, as it were. They were a little more jumpy first time. Seemed to be a little more lax now. I don't know. Part of me, of course, sees a mystery. Wants some answers, but another part of me just wants to get to my destination.
Yep, that's fair.
Well, so you're a cleric, are you? I see a bit of a scoundrel in you too, perhaps. No offense, nothing. Just saw you rapier.
One can be both. Not all the gods are nose in the air nobility.
Indeed. Thank the heavens for that. Well, it's I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Can I get your drink? He's got one.
I'll pass on the drink. I'm just here to play.
All right. And he calls over to the bartender, gets another, and continues his. He's regularly taking drinks out of this, getting more and more intoxicated and a little more loquacious. He seems to be just a talkative drunk. All right. Brixie ultimately comes over, Emil, and pulls up a seat. And she kind of whispers, to you that whatever greetings, and then, that at one point she'd love to talk more about your chosen path here as a cleric. All right, food comes out to the large table where maybe Galathor is. I don't want to skip Galathor. How about you, Galathor? What are you up to in here?
I just kind of want to strike up a conversation with Mort, actually.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay.
After the seagull incident. Oh, sorry.
So, Mort, have we considered perhaps purchasing our own vessel?
Well, that's always an option, but I don't know. This is a pretty threadbare town. We probably could, that could be an option if the passenger ship doesn't pan out, or it chooses to be pricey, or just tells us no. So, do you have an idea what it would run us for maybe an 8-person, boat to accommodate 8 of us? And it's gonna be like, from what our friend told us, like a 4-week venture on the sea.
Nary the slightest. However, it does seem like quite a hassle that we're going through in order to procure passage.
Yeah, it is, especially in this place. It's like pulling teeth getting these people to open up. Hopefully, maybe Erwin will have some success with.
All you gotta do is just be cool. You see, you guys are too high up there. You gotta be the people person, the people's person.
And I'll try to get on Thor. Then again, we may be getting our own boat.
Well, do you know how to say you don't ocean? And she looks.
This is the first time I've seen it, so I have.
She looks at Galathor. Do you know how to ocean? Can you ocean?
Oh, I ocean very well.
You boat across the ocean? That's cool.
I've been oceaning since I was a young lad.
Oh.
I look towards over to the table, and I just look at Galathor I'm just like, what have I done?
I like the
Kind
ocean.
of look.
That's very good. That's very good. See, you bring out the ocean and people who are like you. That's all. You just gotta be chill with them. Is that stew here yet? I'm hungry. Are you hungry? I am hungry.
Cauldron of stew comes out around that. There's 4
Yes!
little metal inlets in the surface of the table where the 4 legs sit in to hold it steady. Careful now, it's hot, and there's a huge ass ladle in the top with a lid, a wooden lid that sort of covers the top. And it sets bowls out for everybody. And an endless pitcher. Sets that down. You need anything else, you all just let me know.
Voice of the Fisher.
I'm sorry?
What the
yes, well that's mead. Fairly strong, so be I mean it's endless.
No.
But...
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
She actually spills all over herself.
Nice.
I let Emil know and I excuse myself from the game after Brixie watches a couple of not matches but rounds, and she's gonna walk over and just sit right next to Erwin, making sure she doesn't do anything dumb. Like she's that sober friend that makes sure she doesn't do anything stupid.
Nice.
Well, she's got meat all down her front.
Yeah, she sees that, she's like, oh, what have I done leaving Aaron with Galathor? So she, being a friend, she is going to go take care of her friend.
Aaron, where did you sit in relation to Galathor?
I sat her right next to Galathor.
Right up next to him.
Nice.
Yeah. There are absolutely, like, she has very low inhibitions normally. They are gone. She is right next to him.
Cheers, scooch. Right next to Galathor.
I mean, Brixie placed her right.
Oh, nice.
Placed Erwin next to Galathor because at the time Brixie didn't want to deal with Erwin because she. I mean.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just gonna like get my bowl and just not even ladle it, just kind of like dip it in the soup and start.
Nice. It drips across the table
to...
over to your spot.
Blueberry like licks it up from the table.
Nice, gets out.
Okay, so
Blueberry. Oh my gosh! I get a bowl for Blueberry and I sit it down and go. I know. I put it on the table and I get Blueberry. I put Blueberry on the table. People like this, doggy.
You said that alcohol is kind of really poisoned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna touch before she embarrasses herself even more. I'm just gonna touch Erwin and cast Lesser Restoration on her. So,
does that one do the poisons?
Yeah.
Didn't you have to sleep first? Well, either way, I guess that's fine.
I thought we already did sleep.
We haven't. This is still the day that we left.
Oh, but I still have second. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. It says you touch a creature and can be either one disease or one condition affecting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay. So Aaron, oh gosh, I don't want to do that. Because you're sort of drunk, so I don't know how much you'd notice. I mean, Brixie puts her hand on the back of your shoulder and begins.
Like I
muttering
let
a spell.
Erwin know that I'm gonna touch her so she doesn't freak out because she's learned. And I'm gonna
Sure.
hey Erwin, I'm gonna cast the spell to make you less drunk. So be expecting
I'm
this.
so not drunk. This is fantastic.
And then I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration after telling her that, so she's not freaking out.
It comes to your awareness, Aaron, that you have dribbled booze down your front of along with a little bit of stew, and you've got like this spoon and a shovel grip, and and Galathor is what's Galathor doing sitting currently next to her? What would she say?
Galathor probably has grabbed a napkin and just kind of laid it strategically.
Nice. Awesome.
Comes outside, keeping an eye out for Berg Bottom.
Nice.
He wants to intercept him before he enters into all of this.
It's probably about that time that Bergbottom approaches with a couple of the sailors from his crew, and approaches and sees you at the door, Kaylin.
Hey, we have some drinks and food inside for you.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Come on, let's go.
Let's do this.
I kind of
I'll
start
give him.
thinking myself.
I'll give him a hard slap on the shoulder.
Seeing him come out, I'm gonna whisper to Aaron, "You're welcome." And then I'm gonna walk, and then I'm gonna let Warren know I'm gonna be on the roof of the tavern, and then I'm gonna fly up there and just. What day? Like, is it night?
Excuse me.
Pretty much.
Between all the things you did, I mean, we're gonna say you spent a bunch of time doing all the stuff, so it's probably only probably like late afternoon, like 3 o'clock.
Wow, really? Okay, well.
Oh boy.
Scratch that. I'm gonna let Warren know that Emil know that I'm gonna be at the shore. Just trying to contact if I can roll again, Dan. I'm not gonna be on the dock this time. I'm just gonna sit on the seashore where the waves, like my feet in the sand where the waves come up with the current.
Nice.
Yeah.
You try, but there's still nothing else. It's still that
Okay.
that disconnect this time.
And after that, I'm just gonna look and just again reminisce on the memories of the beach of the Feywild.
Oh, sweet.
Just
And,
Now that I have a bit more of my mind about me, I'm gonna use subtle spell and cast alter self, just to change my appearance and make me look more clean.
Okay.
Just to make my clothes look clean. So I've got a rune going now. But
oh no, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
She goes most of the time with at least one rune glowing.
Awesome.
Oh, tis true. Tis true. Tis very true. I don't know why I'm saying tis.
Nice. So as Bergbottom. Oh, good.
Hang on, actually. Yeah, it's the one on her forehead.
Okay.
No, I lied. It's the one over her heart that's glowing.
Oh, neat.
So that's sort of showing a little bit through her shirt.
Nice. Rune slip. Just kidding. Anyway, as Bergbottom approaches, we'll go take our bio break. Woo! So for those that don't know, we take like an 8 to 10 minute bio break. I'm definitely making a fresh cup of coffee. And,
Coffee. I always have to give you a hard time.
That's
Always.
okay. Yeah, I like it.
That's what the Eastern accent comes in.
Yay.
Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
No problem.
Huh? What?
Did the adhesive get on there? That's funny.
We're all adults here. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Yay.
Oh, the residue from the electric tape.
Yeah.
Nice. Yo, what's happening? All right, so we'll catch you all shortly. We'll be streaming still and everything, and some of us speak here, some of us won't. I'll be back as soon as I make some coffee. Catch you soon.
Coffee.
What? The sun's coming up? Oh,
Here comes the sun.
Oh, no.
What time is it, Beth?
No.
It's 4:45 in the morning.
Oh my goodness. Is that what the daytime looks like? Well, according to my phone, it's almost. But that's a quarter. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. When it's 14 till. That's how we Americans do it. Ugh. I'm so dumb.
It's okay.
I feel so dumb.
It's alright.
I feel so dumb.
What did you say the other day, Beth? Was it like half gone 8 or something like that?
8:30.
Something like that, perhaps. Yeah.
What do you guys say?
Oh, I don't
We
know.
say the same thing. It's 1:30
Yeah.
whatever time.
think it was in Facebook. Oh gosh.
Well, I go by minutes.
Mm.
Like it's because it's 13 till because I have to tell I have 30-minute lessons, so I have to count by the minute now to say if I start my lesson at 3:05, I end at 3:35. So I don't cheat my client from how many. So if I have a 60-minute lesson, which is an hour, it's 1:05 to 2:05. So I always count by the minute. So I tell my clients oh, we have we have 3 minutes left, so we gotta do this quickly. So yeah, I'm hoping that I don't have any D4s on my floor at the bottom of my closet.
Oh no.
The little pointy of death, the point of death. I need to count. I think I got all of them back. Oh no! Why am I only finding 2? This is not good. Okay, there's 3. Oh no!
Do not walk barefoot around.
Oh wait! Oh! They're on the bottom of my closet. This is not good. I have more D4s than this. Okay, there's another D4. Okay, there's another D4. There's okay. This is good. I'm finding my D4s. Okay, this is good. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know how many D4s I have, but I think I found all the ones that were on the bottom of my closet. Oh gosh. Sally, what is that tongue twister? Sally collects seashores by the sea. Wait, Sally, is that it?
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Oh, okay, that is. She sells shells by the seashore. I just added that.
Randy put it in chat if you want to read it. That might be easier.
Randy did? Oh, I don't have chat up. Thanks, Randy. Oh my goodness. I don't have chat up. That's what I was forgetting. Hello, chat. If you've been talking to me and saying hello, I haven't had chat up. So. Pew, pew, pew. Love all over. What? What is... No. There was a creepy...
Randy.
Alright, Randy, put it in chat again. Pop out. Pop out. Pop out. Pop out. Pop, 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 pop. Woohoo! Inspector Gadget. Yeah, so Ed. He sells seashells by the seashore. There we go.
Yeah, reading it is way easier.
Hello, chat. Yeah, but I've been watching One Piece. I'm in season 2, episode 101. I'm so proud of myself. Out of 890 episodes.
Oh, so long.
I think they just finished up season 13 because I haven't seen any other episodes, or they're doing season 13 part 1, like usually what they do with their anime, split into 2 seasons.
I thought it finished. Am I wrong?
Did it finish? I don't know. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a wood... half. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Ha! Got it. Half Donut posted that. I don't know if it ended or not. If anybody, has One Piece.
Oh, I guess not. It hasn't said final season. It says to present. Jeez.
Oh,
What are you doing?
is One Piece still going? Holy moly! 20 years ago?
Yeah.
What? Oh, I just read a spoiler.
Uh-oh.
One of the you know how Google has the frequently asked.
Oh yeah. Yep. Drop down.
One of them is who will end up with Luffy. Will Luffy die at the end of One Piece? What is the last episode in One Piece? Will Luffy awaken his devil fruit?
This
Oh
is.
no! I need to stop spoiling it.
They're gonna get into the quadruple digits for the manga pretty soon here.
Oh, somebody does not watch the show. If you're asking, what are Luffy's devil fruit powers? Wait, does he have more than one? What? Well, he has the power of the gum devil fruit power. He's rubber. He has the gum power, power, which he's with rubber. I got introduced to Tony Chomper. I love him. Silly Sally Swift. Whoa! What? Ah!
That's a good one, Randy.
Silly Sally swiftly shooed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep, Silly Sally shoots. What? Randy, you stumped me. I got half of it. Silly Sally swiftly shooed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep, Silly Sally shoots. Sillily shelled south. The sheep shouldn't sleep in the shack. Sheep should sleep in a shed. Ah, that's a big one. I guess I don't know how Tongue Twister started. I don't know. Yeah, but I was telling Dan, have you heard of One Piece?
Oh yeah.
One Piece?
Luffy.
I'm on episode 101 out of 890.
Nice.
I'm chugging along. I've hit the triple digits today. I'm just like,
It had a number of nice arcs to it too. I do like the way they built that up.
it's still going strong.
Nice.
I call it the longest running anime of Supernatural. Because Supernatural's still going, right?
I think this upcoming season is the last season, season 15.
Really?
I just read an article that said that Sam and Dean aren't going to be in it, like the actors. And I'm like, I don't know, I haven't verified it. My daughter actually sent it to me. She's like, what? And I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't make much sense that they wouldn't be in it at all. They were excited about it, so I don't know. I haven't done that, but I haven't researched it yet to see how accurate that is, because she just, sees one thing and believes it instead of fact-checking. Huge eye roll.
So I'm going to be sleeping in a tent for D&D in a castle, and I look forward to be woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning by the sun.
Yes! That's awesome!
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. That's this upcoming week.
I think
right?
sunrise is actually like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Gosh. I have made poor choices.
Oh, Dan, you're correct.
Excuse me.
Dan, you're correct.
Mm-hmm.
Season 15 is their final season.
Oof, my.
When do you fly over here, Ed? I can't remember.
I leave on the 5th.
The day after 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting.
Ah! it would be cool if you actually got to play D&D while in the UK. Do a session in the UK.
I will. Eric Campbell's gonna be my DM.
Amazing.
I mean, with us. It's cool.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. We'll see. Maybe depends on my internet connection.
Yeah, Ed, join the 3 o'clock gang.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Beth.
I am so jealous that Eric Campbell's going to be your DM. Ugh. Who else from Geek and Sindri going to be over there? Because that's going to be like not a lot of cancellations, but so like I don't know, since Eric's going to be, what about? I gotta ask, when are you going?
The
Friday.
5th to the 16th. Yes.
Oh wow, whole thing. Nice. That's right.
But right now, Gina and Amy are over there. When I'm there, Sam's gonna be there.
Oh, awesome.
Warren.
That's pretty funny, Warren. Yeah. I haven't seen that before, and that's pretty great.
What were you guys thinking?
Nice.
What is the event called?
D&D in a castle.
Straightforward. I like it.
Yeah.
Are they supplying the tent and all that? I guess they are.
It's like a glamping tent.
Ah, nice. It better be.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Some bank needed for it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's shared with 3 people.
Okay.
3 to 4 people. So kind of like a little getaway. But you could have potentially booked a room in the castle itself. But that was bank.
Yeah, that's really I bet.
I'm like, oh, can't stomach that one.
Literally going back to the feudal system, right? You peasants, get out of here.
Waifs, away with you. So, have you chosen? Like, if you don't have enough people going with you, do you have to just share a tent with another rando that signed up?
I guess so. Yeah, we'll see. We don't have tent assignments yet, so when we get there, I guess we'll have to fight for whoever gets the tent closest to the showers.
Nice. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, let us know how it goes as you can and everything. No, I mean, I'm sure you just want to chill too.
I'm really excited about my London hotel room. I was going to do a really cheap Airbnb, but then I found a hotel room that overlooks the Thames, and you see from the hotel bar straight into the Tower of London.
What?
Oh, that's cool.
Nice find.
Score.
Awesome. Oh, excuse me. Are you gonna take plenty of pictures while you're there, or are you gonna just try and chill and not do pictures?
Yeah, I'll probably bring my big boy camera. Whether I bring my tripod or not is a different story.
Awesome. So cool. Hype, that's right, Rebel. All right. Looks like they all have all returned. So, let me scroll back up here. What have we got? What's his name?
I like this. Bouncy Brixie baked blueberry banana biscuits.
Perfect.
You didn't stop me there.
Now 3 times fast. All right. Bergbottom, Captain Bergbottom, approaches Kaelin. And you say that, and he follows you into the table. Tell you two can fend for yourselves. Here's some extra, and he gives them a couple, extra, an extra coin or 2 for his men to go elsewhere. And pulls up a seat with you and your fine friends that are currently at the table. Oh, with Brixie up on the rooftop, he doesn't freak out so much.
Seashore.
Well, so Tell me a little about yourselves here before we get into story time, huh? Where are y'all from? I know where you're headed. Where are y'all from, and what on earth are you doing trying to get out to Bon No Deer? If you don't mind.
See, that's an interesting story. Because we're just trying to find some answers, that's all. I mean, that's all any of us are going for, right? I pour him some meat.
Nice. Oh, thanks, lass. Well, so tell me about yourselves, huh? What have we got here? You've got yourselves a puppy dog. Oh, it's just like the hat. That's adorable.
This is Blueberry. Blueberry is the best dog ever.
An interesting bark.
Bark.
Nice.
Certainly does, doesn't he? Great bark.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you.
This is Blueberry. My name is Kaylin,
Blueberry,
of course.
Kaylin.
We have Erinwin.
Yes, from before.
Mortimer.
And you, yes, of course.
Galathor.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
We have Emil, who I think is still playing dice, correct? Yeah. We have Emil over there, who's enjoying a nice round
Alright.
of game. And then our friend you met earlier, Brixie, who is stepped out for a bit.
I see. Well, I hope you don't mind. It puts me a little...
Oh, and Brewer. We have Brewer.
And Brewers... Oh. Well, that's,
It's okay. He's fine.
We're all good uns. You got nothing to worry about.
Right. Good.
We,
I pour him some more meat.
we hail from Ephron.
Good. James like half of it this time. From Ephron?
Yes.
Oh, what are you doing all the bloody way out here?
Last place. Going to Bon the Deer.
Why? There's nothing there.
As my friend said, answers.
We're adventurers.
We're looking.
Enough said.
Looking into a few things there, a few personal things.
Okay, that makes.
Having to do with the place's history.
I see. Well, you'll probably get along just fine out there, lass. Might not be as welcoming to your friends.
Right. So you seemed a little cautious of Bon the Deer. Has anything been going on there? I mean, other than you said nothing's happening, but a place with nothing is.
I slide him a bowl of stew, and then refill his meat.
Thank you. He starts just like sloppily eating.
I mean, the street outside has nothing on it. I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah. Well, you see,
I hand him a napkin.
Nice. Thank you. And he puts it down on his lap. Still got like stew all over his face.
I'm imagining the beast.
Nice.
I have a library.
Awesome. I'll have a good night, Rebel. Well, it's not so much that there's nothing there. The folks at Bon No Deer, the dwarves that live out there, they're not that friendly to those that aren't, well, their ilk. And it's right on the bloody edge of the earth. There's, as you know now, and most of you know that have lived not in the prime. Maybe Brixie, I don't know, since she spent a bunch of your time elsewhere, not in the prime. The Astralanor is effectively divided into 4 sections. You give it the northern and southern hemispheres, and then cut it through the middle. Well, rather, there's top one here, blah blah blah. So along each of these like meridian lines and through the equator, travel's nearly impossible. There are deadly whirlpools. There's mysterious fog that rolls in. There's deadly sea creatures, storms that come out of nowhere. People just don't traverse it because it's deadly. And so Bon Lodier is right on the edge of one of those meridian lines. It's the westernmost point in this section of Astralanor. So that's sort of what he's referring to. If there's no money to be made out there, it's difficult to warrant taking the whole ship and crew out there. And,
how did the dwarves trade years ago, then?
Well, they had their own ports over on the eastern part of the island back in the day when they welcomed trade. Word has it that they might be opening up some trade again. Or at least there were some attempts for a while, but I never heard much come of it.
That's what I've heard too.
Up to Tor, trying to get back, open up some trade routes, I think, with the elves up there. But, yeah, haven't heard much from Bon Lodier in a while now. At least a good 2 or 3 years, I'd say. But no, the docks that I know to land on are all on the western edge there. Those are the ones that still allow foreigners. They have mostly what they need in their city, I believe, but there are those that like to travel, and so they keep these docks open. But no, it's not a risk worth taking for me. And, there's a lot of... there are tales of... storms that come in and rop the coast of the Bon Lodier, ships never to be seen again. Ghostly whales that come off the coast, beckoning sailors to their doom upon the rocky shores. Lots
I
of...
look over to Galithor. Every island has one of those tales.
Nice.
True.
Tales of a massive sea creature. An eye as big as a ship. No thanks. Likely they're all just fibs, but I really wouldn't want to find out for no good reason.
Yeah. Good.
Have you
Wise to be cautious.
Have you ever seen its shores?
In my apprenticeship days, a very long time ago, I made one single trip out there, though that was along the eastern port, or the short time they had it open. And it's an interesting place. I stayed at the docks, didn't travel into the city with the rest of the crew. With those doing the trade and the business, the rest of us, I was just a deckhand, so stayed with the ship. Very desolate island, but they had some niceties. Strong ale. Oh, delightful. It was a good week or so we had of rest, shore leave. And a lot of fun we had there. But I can't tell you much about the rest of the island or the city.
We heard that do you know the passenger captain, Colin?
Colin?
Passenger vessel that docks here. And we were told by the Blue Building that she might be able to take us over.
Aye, that's, she captains the lee side, I think, right?
Yes, right, correct.
Large passenger ship. She doesn't much make acquaintance with many of us merchant folk, I don't think. But I know of the ship. Seems to run a solid crew.
Would you happen to know what typical, the costs of a typical travel like that?
Sure. That runs, I think, about 1 silver piece per mile. If you're looking to get to Bolno Deer, let's see. You're looking probably about, 24 hours a day. The wind averages pretty well, maybe 3 miles an hour. Looking about 25 days to get out there. You're looking around 1,800 silver pieces, about 180 gold pieces, probably. Somewhere
Per
between
person?
160, 190.
Per person?
No, it depends on what. If you're helping out, there's a number of factors. You can often offer to help out around the ship, help mitigate the cost, if you know what you're doing.
Two of us have traveled before.
All right, and looking about 8 of you. That's maybe upwards of 200 gold pieces, low 200s, mid 200s. A couple of you are helping out. Any of you have any skills in the galley?
This one does, and I elbow Galathor.
Ah,
Yes.
I don't know what a galley. Everyone has no idea what a galley is.
nice. Well, that's typically profitable. Otherwise, if any of you are familiar with how to sail a ship, that would be remarkably helpful. Lower your costs. Well, that puppy's awfully cute. That might lend to ship morale. There's ways you can... yes. Just it's still kind of like quizzically looking at Blueberry.
Yeah, that.
Gallithor.
So yeah, Well, that's more information than what we had before. Of course, certainly. Is everything okay? Food? You got enough food, enough drink?
This mead, it's delicious. I'm just going to say that much. And it doesn't mix with the stew so well, but the stew is good, and the meat is good, just not together. Ah.
Yes. Did I miss anything?
Can I insight
Go ahead.
check him to see if he's feeling well?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like,
Well, Mort, is there anything you've missed?
All right.
well, this reflects me being drunk. 3.
Oh, nice. That's tough to tell. He's behaving slightly differently than beforehand.
One or two things actually.
2. All right.
The more the ale for us. Would there be any ship availability just for chart? I mean, either for us to navigate ourselves if we chose such a foolhardy
Oh, I don't...
adventure.
I suppose there's some... You could ask around. There's probably some folks here in the city that, in the town here, that are looking for the tavern, rather, looking for some work.
Navigate ourselves? That can't be. You wouldn't recommend that, would you?
No. Not along the western shore of Bolno Deer.
Okay. It was just a thought.
Oh.
Just thinking out loud. Speaking of, I mean, do you run this route much between here and Bexley?
Only recently. There's a bit of a to-do in Bexley there for a while. They weren't really letting many of the regular merchants into the port. Something about the city being overthrown or going through some sort of civil war or whatnot, but they seem to have gotten their act together.
Imagine that.
Aaron just chugs down an entire mug of mead at the thought of it.
I can imagine. Bad for business.
Yeah, I heard they were going through some tough times.
Yeah. They're a bit of a strange bunch. They've got some interesting customs out there, and
Oh yeah.
they had I heard they had a coronation for a king that strode along top of a bear. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
That's wild. It is.
But But they know what they're doing with trade, and they seem to have their city running nice and smooth like now. Business is good.
Speaking of which, it's kind of curious. I mean, the guard told us when we came here that this city was besieged by a dragon 100 years ago. I can understand a city being devastated by that, but 100 years to recover? Has you seen such a thing in your travels?
Oh, no. I don't see much about dragons that often. But dragons are scary. I know that much. Stay
I
away.
can imagine.
No dragons for this one. Too smart. But this
Aaron drinks more meat.
Nice.
I would like to say that Brixie would have came back after a while trying to just sit, and nothing happened. She would have come back after a while.
Okay.
And then when she sees who's at the table, she just ignores him and then joins the meal.
Okay, let me back it up and do it sort of like one step at a time. So you come back in at one point to see if he acknowledges or ignores? Or are you going straight to a meal?
Brixie would have acknowledged him, and then she would have ignored him and joined a meal. And then she's just gonna flare her scales up, just out of nervousness, because she doesn't know what he's gonna do.
Neat. You get the idea that he might be seeing like two of you. He's just sort of like, well, listen, this city used to be, from what I understand, I don't know, he's a
Merchant.
yeah, he'd be alive back then, or had the potential to, because he's a gnome. This city, I traveled here in my youth. Oh, and what a fine city it was before all that took place with the dragon. Well, we're, I guess it would be more of,
Fire dragon?
I'm not sure. Are there other dragons? Oh, that's a scary thought. What else do they breathe?
Well, there's fire, there's acid, there's
acid.
Fire, acid, cold,
What?
electricity.
No! Electricity?
It's okay,
By
you're
the
fine.
gods.
Sit here, there's no dragons here.
Just stay around the metallic ones. They're good luck.
Good luck, metallic dragons. All right. Well, look, if I'm facing a dragon, I don't need it to be spewing acid at me, too. Oh, my
Well,
word.
no.
Whew.
Just, there's chromatic. See, there's the chromatic, and then there's the metallic ones. Metallic ones are good. Chromatic ones are not. If it's shiny, it's good.
Shiny good. Well, I can remember shiny good. All right. Thank you. Well, anyway, before the roar came through the city, this used to be built up on these huge pedestals, and the houses themselves had a bit of a mechanics to them to allow them to float a bit on the water as the tide would come in regularly. Twice a month, the tide would come in and the whole city would float atop it. And there would be passageways down through the undercity, under the water. But then when that drained out, there were traps set for fish and all sorts of other beautiful things here. And it left this menagerie of sea life clinging to the bottom of the city that you could walk through for at least another 2 weeks until the tide came back in. And it was effectively two different cities that stretched out a good couple of miles from where the tide would come in and recede, and it was marvelous. Oh, I missed the sight of that. But yeah, roar. So be careful is the point of the story, because the dragons, they can spit acid.
Some can.
Life's full of surprises.
Yes.
Good captain, you're not still drinking the mead, are you?
He sets it down. Should I?
You know what they say, too many sugary drinks will cause an unhappy morning.
Oh, I might be spitting poison in the morning. I see. Aye, I should have some more of this stew here. Got an early
Oh, no,
morning.
no, not the stew, but perhaps I can get you something from the bar.
You'd be so kind. Why, of course, I would gladly let you treat me to a drink from the bar. Thank you so much.
Galathor is going to get more of that really strong drink and drink it.
Nice. It's a shot glass filled with like a sliver in the bottom, the heat distortion coming off the top.
That is the good stuff.
Thank you. That's
It's
You got to do it all in one go.
it won't be a problem.
Oh.
What's this? Slams it back.
God.
Oh, that second roll is bad news.
Oh no.
It's like, oh, put it in a glass. I think I have to go. I hope I've answered all your questions.
I give him a piece here to eat some bread.
Shoves it in his face. Oh, thank him. And he kind of plops back down in his seat. Oh.
Aaronwin is like doubled over laughing.
Oh my.
It tastes
was not
so good
expecting
though.
But delicious. Thank you or you, whichever one of you two, is like pointing both at Galathor. Whichever one of you two fine gentlemen got that for me. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I love you.
But before you go, Captain,
Yes,
how's
yes.
business been? We've told you so much about ourselves. How are things for you?
All business is going well. Like I said, we've got Bexley's. Bexley's doing well, and so there's lots of resources, lots of things we can get from Bexley and then sell for good money markup. It's called in the biz, and yeah.
Ah,
Are you
well,
looking to get into the business?
perhaps.
Dean, is Brixie back at the tavern?
I think Emil's in the tavern, so if you went to Emil, you'd be over playing in the dice area of the tavern.
Okay. Well, did the captain see Brixie at all?
You saw him look, but he looked like maybe he had double vision. You don't think he recognized you? He's just like,
Okay.
He's classic.
I glare at everybody at the bar, and I get up. And then I nudge to Galathor, ask him what's his problem with tieflings, because Brixie's kind of curious. And then she's gonna walk back. Well, she's gonna take 2 steps so she can hear his answer. If he...
well, it got quiet here at the table all of a sudden. What is it, something I said?
No, not at all. Galathor kind of like subtly gestures to Brixie in a second.
Oh, gods! Oh, it's your friend. Oh.
Yeah, but back to the business we were discussing.
Yes.
Do you have any worries as a captain in terms of financially?
Well, it took a little while to break even. The cost of the boat and the crew. Wasn't much in the way of business. Had to shut down to sell a boat several years ago, or a couple of years ago after all that business with Bexley. That's where most of our resources come from. Land is flush. But I was able to get a boat and a crew and break even after about 3 or 4 months. Business is that good. Now we make some good earnings, keep a good solid crew, don't have to hire, the ruffians and passer-throwers and
Of course, it's so hard to find good help.
Yeah. Do you want to be in the business?
Perhaps not necessarily running my own ship. We don't have the experience for that. But I must imagine for you, the maintenance in such a vessel, such a fine vessel you have, must be extraordinary.
Well, yeah, it's not cheap, but I don't sail all the way up the coast to Calais like a lot of the other merchants do. Most of my work's done from Bexley to Rennes. Stop up here. I wouldn't say I have any sort of the market cornered here, but I do provide some quality goods. Quality goods, that's my thing. For the people here rebuilding this city.
Of course, I have no doubt that it's the best of quality. What if I were to make a proposal to
spill some stew?
No. How about a lease back purchase agreement? We would purchase your vessel, assume all of the maintenance costs, and we would make it easier for you to do what you do best.
So, would you want to be like a sponsor or like a silent partner?
In a way.
What is it? You're paying all that for me. What is it did you want from my ship? Or for me?
You see, we would be technically the owner of the ship, but you would be the operator.
What sort of split are we talking then with income from the goods?
We could discuss the terms, but I was just thinking that you were saying the business is doing so well. Perhaps we could just agree to, say, just cover the terms of the lease? So our mortgage payments would be exactly equal to the lease amount.
I mean, that sounds wonderful for me. I just have to know what it is that you want out of it.
We just want to help you, of course.
I don't know about that. That doesn't sound right to me. I was rolling so bad tonight. I don't know about that. Yeah. No, it sounds too good to be true. No, I've been around too long. Is he got a sticker? I think I've got to go to bed. I've got an early morning. Maybe on a clearer head you can talk about this. It's not making sense up here so much for me. Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about it in the morning after I slip this off before we head out, I'd be amenable to that. But, no, and he kind of pushes his chair back. Make a persuasion check, if you would, on top of that.
I was hoping you would say that.
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Oh, well.
That was a natural 1.
Oh.
But that's a total of 12.
That's still pretty
Oh,
good.
wow.
Your persuasion is higher than mine.
Nice.
Fine.
Oh. You talk to me in the morning. Yeah. I'll think about it tonight, and you talk to me in the morning when I'm... yeah. It's good talking to y'all.
Can I roll a stealth check to go behind him and just cast lesser restoration on him.
Yeah,
So-
sure. You do it with advantage because he's drunk.
Yes.
When he's like
Alright, where are
deep
the
drunk.
twins? I need the twins. My twins.
Sounds like prom night.
Oh.
Also sounds.
Oh, I'm so glad that you said advantage. I rolled a natural 1, and then I rolled a natural 19. So you
Nice.
get my stealth check.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead. You sneak up behind him.
10,
You
11,
can-
12, 13. My highest stealth by far. That is a 23.
Nice. Okay. All super
Alright.
stealthy. Walk up behind him.
You're in dice jail.
Nice.
Oh no, I rolled with advantage in just a minute. Okay, and then I cast lesser restoration behind him.
Mm.
And then I just
Seems
try
like he's
to
got a gross taste as well.
quietly move back.
Oh, he looks around, sees you back at the table, and everyone like calls to the two pirates that came with him, the sailors. They get
No,
up.
no, no.
and just-
I just hand him a glass of water, and then I walk back.
Thank you. Drinks, puts it down on a table as the other two sailors head out into the now night, as it's late evening now. All right, evening has arrived. And
I turn to Galathor. What really were you trying to do?
Yeah, what
That made
was
no sense.
what was happening there? I don't understand what you were trying to get at.
I was trying to run a con that I'd run in the past.
What?
Backstory, da da da.
Everyone just kind of, I want to hear this story.
Okay.
Sometimes the best cons are run when it's perfectly legal. All we had to do was have him sign an agreement to sell us the boat, however, lease it back from us at the same cost that the mortgage would cost. And
Ooh.
end up with the free boat.
Ooh. I think
When did you do this?
Long time ago. A long time ago.
How long?
How old is he? I don't remember.
Oh my goodness. Let me check and see if it's in your thing.
Brixie being super proud of herself that she finally passed the stealth check without anybody noticing. She runs and tells Emil. So
Nice. That's awesome.
she finally stealthed behind somebody without her notice. Without anybody noticing her.
Let me check your notes here.
I don't
Surprise, you've been working hard.
Nice. I have no idea, Galathor. I'm sorry. I don't have it.
Just put Gathrid at your age. That's what I do with Brixie. 24.
Unfortunately, he's a half elf, so I don't know how that
Oh.
Yeah, that
affects
equates.
things.
That's like 140 or something. It's like a 1.5 times normal, so like up to 150, somewhere around there. You can live, I think.
Yeah.
That's true. I play half
Yeah,
elf.
he probably in his early 20s then.
Oh, okay.
How many times did you run this con?
Not too often. The flip side of the coin is, even though it's legal, sometimes the fist is law.
I didn't know paladins could run cons.
It wasn't always a paladin.
You gotta tell me your story, Galathor.
It's a long one. Perhaps another night.
She just kind of grins. Just tell me more. Tell me more.
Didn't get very far. Oh my god. Oh, thanks, Sam.
Nice.
I slide a bowl of stew over to him.
I'm gonna feed Mellow.
Wow, okay. Mallow's about the length of your arm now, from shoulder to tip of your finger.
Wow.
Whoa.
I mean, that's just over the time that we've spent. That's about how big Mallow is now.
Mellow. It's MELLOW.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was like marshmallow. So it was
it is like marshmallow, but I added the E
Gotcha.
instead of the whatever and
mellow.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk to him in the morning?
I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
So I wasted a second level spell for nothing.
You did good, Brixie.
And I wasted a stealth check too. I hate
A what?
What is this? Yeah.
What?
Brixie looks off camera. We all look in the same direction that she's looking.
Right, it looks right into the camera. And I wasted a stealth check. Yeah.
I didn't know you were drunk.
No.
Just to put it out there now, Kaylin, at one point you, from the Wizard's Tower there, you procured a wooden box with carvings of boats on the different sides.
I don't remember that at all. Like, I don't have it in my inventory.
Oh, it's in your inventory. It's just wooden box in your inventory.
When did I get that?
I believe it's when we were in the Mage Tower, and it was in one of the rooms on top of the dresser. And it has
was this we were in the
carvings
other
of boats.
when we were in the other Tesser University?
Yeah, I think so, right? We were going down, you were heading down in the spiral, yep.
Yeah, I
Where you
remember
found
this.
Arwen.
Completely
But
blinked on that because I didn't put it in my inventory. I didn't write it down.
I put it in, like, way after, so that's probably
Oh,
why.
wait. This is where Brixie got all the paper. Because the...
Well, sure, the ocean and the boats will make me think, oh yeah, I have a wooden box in my bag and I'll bring it out and I'll take a look at it.
Nice. There were boats, images of boats on this?
Is it openable? Can I open it?
Wait. Where did you get that?
I picked it up somewhere. You know, honestly, there's so much stuff in here I don't remember, but the sea and the boats, it reminded me of this. Then I never really looked at it. I just kind of stuck it in there.
Arcana check, Dan.
Yes. And
I'll make one too.
Okay. You can spend like a half an hour fiddling with it if you want, Kaylin, to assess, like, to figure the things out.
Absolutely.
16.
Okay. You sense magic coming off of it, for sure.
You may not want to open that in here.
If I see this,
Oh yeah, I will hand it to Mortimer.
I will, remembering the peas, I said, perhaps I shall take this outside and do an identify on it.
Oh, cool. Let's go.
Just in case.
I will follow.
All right, so I will take the box from her, take it outside.
Wait. Oh boy.
It's a box. It's about a foot long, 6 inches wide, 6 inches deep. Weighs about 4 pounds in your hands.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And I will, let's see, mark it off. Level 1, easy peasy.
Okay, so Mort, as you are you ritually casting it?
No, we're gonna go to
just
bed.
cast it. Okay, boom! You cast the identify spell, and immediately you're enlightened. All the little carvings seem to come off. It's almost like in your mind's eye, the box disassembles into its pieces and float around one another. You're able to see and understand this box through this use of the spell. This is a folding boat. The item.
Where did I go all this time?
I'm on a boat. Item has 3 command words, each requiring you to use an action to speak it. One command word causes the box to unfold into a boat 10 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 2 feet deep. There's an image of this boat carved into one of the sides. This particular boat has 1 pair of oars, an anchor, a mast, and a lateen sail. The boat can hold up to 4 medium creatures comfortably. The second command word causes the box to unfold into a ship 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 6 feet deep. The ship has a deck, rowing seats, 5 sets of oars, a steering oar, an anchor, a deck cabin, and a mast with a square sail. The ship can hold 15 medium creatures comfortably. When the box becomes a vessel, its weight becomes that of a normal vessel its size, and anything that was stored in the box remains in the boat. The third command word causes the folding boat to fold back into a box, provided that no creatures are aboard. Any objects in the vessel that can't fit inside the box remain outside the box as it folds, and any objects inside the vessel that can't fit in the box do so.
So, what would happen if a person gets stuck in the boat while it's folding?
It won't fold.
Yeah, it won't fold.
Oh.
It knows that somebody's in the boat and it won't fold.
Oh.
So
if we try to fold it and it can't, there's the stowaway.
That's actually a good point.
So it's this is Kaylin talking to Mortimer as he's looking at it. So is it a trinket box? What's going on with it?
It transforms. It has 2 command words. One will make it, and I relay the information. Basically, a boat for 4 people, and the second command will be a much larger ship, a full-out, boat that can fit 15 people.
That's a boat.
That's a big boat. 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 6 feet deep. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty hefty. It's not a merchant vessel by no means.
Oh, no.
But it is enough to...
So is it a passenger boat?
Yes.
Yeah, sort of like in between, yeah.
15 people can get onto the second command comfortably.
Yeah.
Galathor's going to try and con us now.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, I'll just tell you that it's what you had. So
I trust them. Do you think? I wonder if it's
seaworthy in these seas. I don't know. It's only 6 feet, a draw of 6 feet. So that wouldn't have a deck, would it? So it's all above, right? It wouldn't have like decks.
What, the big one?
Yeah.
Ship has a deck, rowing seats, 5 sets of oars, a steering oar, an anchor, a deck cabin, and a mast with a square sail. So it'll have, the lower section
where people can row,
mm-hmm.
and then the upper.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like a Viking boat almost.
Yeah.
Okay. It's I don't know.
But only one room, and we'd have to.
Galathor seems to know about boats. I don't mind telling him he's fine. Let's just go. I would rather get other people's opinion on.
True. Oh yeah, I agree.
Oh wait, why am I talking? I'm not there.
So I'll head inside with Mortimer. I was going to say Maleficent. Oh no. And I will
Nice.
And
Plot twist.
Yeah, big reveal, spoiled. Yeah.
and relay the information, and I will just kind of hand the box to Galathor.
I swear we can pay the bill. They just stepped outside for a moment.
I might have been too cold down. That's a boat.
I mean, it's a box. They both start with the letter B.
No, sweetheart. It's magic.
It's a magical box.
I can tell you that just by looking at it.
It can turn into a boat that holds up to 15 people. And I relay the information to him with a deck, a cabin, rowing.
Well, how many of us can do a boat?
While this conversation goes on, I command Mello to fly to Emil, and I'm gonna transfer into a cat and play with Blueberry.
So Mello flies over and lands on your shoulder, and it's about that time that boop. Where's my notes? What the heck?
Oven's going off. Cookies are ready.
For real.
It's time to wake up, Dan.
My gosh. Rigby kind of like glances up at you, and then up at Mello, up on your arm, and then back at you. Well, that's my cue to get out of here. I think I've had enough. Puts his drink down. It's been a pleasure playing with you two. Good day. Good day or good night as it is, and I wish you the best. And gets up and kind of stumbles like out of the bar and out the front door, out onto the beach.
I think it's time to take my leave of this game as well. Good night, Ernie.
Good night, sir.
Is it Ernie from the Muppets?
Ernie,
Would have been great if the other guy
Ernie,
was burned.
Ernie from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Partner Ernie from It's a Wonderful Life.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna transfer to a cat and play. Just play and just talk to Blueberry. Just
Okay.
checking on him. How you doing, Blueberry?
I don't like not being able to speak.
Oh.
Oh.
That's what I'm down here for.
Thank you.
Company. And I just kind of nudge him. I don't know what cats do with dogs, like if in real life, but
I do this.
Well, he won't chase you because he knows you're a human. So,
I
well,
know.
not human. Sorry.
Mm.
Well, to him, you're a human with horns. He doesn't know.
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll just talk to Blueberry because I could tell that Blueberry is not enjoying not able to speak. So,
Okay.
and then I look, and then Cap try to get a piece of sausage for him.
Oh, cat bats one off the table.
While staring someone dead in the eye, just like,
Yeah. Knocks it down on the floor for Blueberry. Awesome.
And then I roll the sausage to Blueberry, and
I eat it all up.
All right. Eventually, the stew, the cauldron empties of stew, and pitcher remains half full for a while as folks sort of finish up their drinking. Again, pausing if anyone has anything else they want to roleplay here tonight. Otherwise,
I have a thing, but not at the table.
okay. So in that case, Bergen comes over, and all right. Well, would you like me to refill the cauldron, or are you all set for the night? Are you looking for a room here for the night, then?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. We're going to have to. We get 2 rooms, 3 rooms? What do you want?
Yeah, we definitely don't need any more stew. It was
Alright.
wonderful, though.
Good.
But yes, we would need at least. How big are your rooms?
They're fairly sizable. We have some that are just singles, some that are doubles, and some that have 3
I
separate.
put my
siblings.
arm in Galliflower's and just kind of go, I'm with him. 1 room, please.
Right.
Okay.
She's just kind of like drunkenly, like kind of just like,
is he drunk again? Is Aaron drunk again?
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
Well,
All right.
again, while the conversation's going, I think Brixie, as a curious cat, not knowing what was in the pictures,
Mhm.
she would take a drink,
Okay.
like a good gulp of mead.
All right. I mean, it's pretty
Fire.
tasty, so go ahead and make a cat Constitution saving throw.
Oh, what is a cat's con? Oh no!
Um,
Wait, I have all my intelligence, right?
your intelligence,
Yeah, but not your
constitution is the
con,
body
that'd be the cat.
score.
Okay, so I need to find.
yeah. While you're looking that up.
Cat's constitution is +0.
Oh, so
Okay,
it's just a straight roll. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this can end very quite interesting. Thanks, Sam.
Player's handbook.
You have a gold left over on your tablet.
10.
10? Nice. Yeah, you get cat drunk. Like tipsy Brixie.
Let me just
Wait,
take
is
a place
Anna-
for the night.
The gold will get you all rooms if you're looking for one, two, or any of you looking to share.
We'll just say we'll get four rooms.
All right. Yeah, gold will cover it for the night. Checkout's not till 2 in the afternoon.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Sure. Let me get you your keys. He heads back, gets some keys, gives you instructions. They're all on the 3rd floor of the 3. They all have pretty nice views. It's all like a little bit above the average as far as rooms go and comfort and space and stuff like that.
Brooksie's gonna drunkenly just turn back into her form.
Mm-hmm.
And then her last level spell is just gonna cast Bless the Restoration
Oh, okay.
on herself. And she's gonna tell herself, never again I'm gonna do that. That was very stupid of me. And then she's gonna find Emil and let her know that she's gonna be on the roof for the night.
Okay.
And then Dan,
Mhm.
you can say yay or nay to this, but yeah. Apologies. What is it?
Mhm.
The moon and shadow.
Mhm.
Wait. Yeah, where I can give party members
Mhm.
+5 to stealth and perception.
Mhm.
Is that able? Can I fit it into the tavern in the 30-foot radius?
Let me
Like
see.
how
Which one is it
big?
called?
It's the Hearth of the Moonlight and Shadow. It's a Circle of the Dreams feature.
Oh, it's a thing that you have. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it says, during a short or long rest, you can evoke a shadowy power of blooming court to help guide your respites. At the start of the rest, you could touch a point in space and an invisible 30-foot radius sphere.
Total cover blocks the sphere, so it wouldn't go through walls, but it'll fill your... if you're up on the roof, it won't go through the roof, but it'll bubble up over the rooftop.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay.
Is that possible?
It just
how
won't
big
go
is the
down into
tavern?
others. It's probably a good 75 feet along its larger L, and then maybe like, not counting that section, on the other part of the L would be another 25 feet. So it doesn't go through solid things, so it won't go down into, but you'll have it.
Okay, never mind. Because I thought it would protect all the
Gotcha.
like knowing that it's not going to, because it says total cover blocks the sphere, so it's not gonna work. She probably thinks this is not gonna work, and it's just gonna. Well, she's gonna stay on top of the roof because she doesn't like beds.
Okay. Let me ask,
never-
with Brixie up on the roof, there's 4 rooms. Who's going to be sleeping in which room? Gonna get all high school on everyone.
Kalen's just going to pick a room,
Okay.
go inside. Probably not go to sleep right away. I think I'm going to just like spread my papers and stuff around the bed, and just work on some notes and stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna be with Kaylin.
Oh, all right. Get inside. Mort, you're up the stairs next.
I'll give
what do you do?
Blueberry a nice stretch.
Oh wait, Dan. On second thought, she would have probably gone off the roof and joined the party, so she's with the party. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll hop with you here in a sec then. Mort, you're up next on the stairs. Which room do you pile into? It's
There's an
technically
open room, so only 2 are right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, there's 4 in total. One's taken by Kalen, but since Blueberry's a puppy, he doesn't unless Blueberry wants to take the other bed, of course.
We'll curl up on Kaylin's bed at the foot of her bed.
I will allow it.
Aww.
There's room there anyways.
So you want your own room more nice?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't want to be, if they're all singles, I guess they're all doubles. Or one
They're all doubles.
Okay, so I'll just take one of the beds and one of the doubles. And
okay. I think Brewer would probably approach.
oh yeah, that's right. We
Kaylin
got
and be
Brewer.
like,
Yeah, Brewer. Yeah, sure.
yeah. Okay. He might. Would Brewer check with Caitlin first? Let's see. Nope. I guess not tonight. He's so distracted. I did a roll. Sorry. So he's just sort of walking. He sees, Caitlin head off, but he's sort of his head's in the clouds, so to speak. So he follows Mort and just kind of turns as Mort goes in and goes into the door jam. Like sits down on the bed. Let's see. Galathor, you're next, and Aaronwyn just behind.
Aaronwyn is on him, just like arm through his, just kind of like drunkenly just going, walking up the stairs.
Yeah, Galathor will lead Aaronwyn into one of the rooms, I guess. What would he do?
As soon as we get in the room and he helps her sit on the bed, she's going to silently cast Mage Hand and close the door. And, okay, tell me your story. She was faking.
Oh, gosh.
I gotta know. This is so exciting. I thought you were a stuck-up snob, but this is really cool. Tell me.
I was up to some less than savory things in my youth, and I guess I just kind of grew out of them.
Well, doesn't everybody do that when they're young and stupid?
I guess so.
So what did you do? Where did you even come from, Galathor? I know nothing about you.
Nowhere too exciting. I just came from the towns around Bexley. It's not as grandiose as it might seem. Just ran small cons here and there.
That's still exciting, though. More exciting than my life.
How about you?
Oh, I'm a farming village, just very, very up north, kind of near the coast. I mean, I guess, the exciting thing is one of my parents is a dragon. Which, that much is obvious, but they never told me who. And then, yeah, and then these happened, the runes started glowing and suddenly everybody started looking to me like I was some sort of a hero. I overheard Mum talking once with one of the clerics in the town, saying there's some sort of, what did she say? I don't know, like a prophecy or something? I don't know. People in small towns, everybody believes that everybody else is important and whatnot. And but it was enough that everyone, helped me get enough money to travel to Bexley. To try to learn more magic. And then we all know what happened after that. So tell me about yourself more.
Well, actually, have you been in contact with your parents since leaving the university?
No. I probably should.
Yeah, they're probably worried about you.
Do you know how to write?
Yeah. Yes, I can write.
Could you help me write a letter, maybe?
Of course.
But I still want to hear the rest of your story.
In time.
Oh, please.
Well, there was this one time, and then fade to black.
Nice. It's like the camera's backing out of the door. They're sitting at the desk together, some moonlit, and door closes. Awesome. All right, so Frank Brewer. Frank. Shame on me. Mort Brewer. Blueberry Kaylin. Galathor Aaronwin. And I guess Emil and Brixie? Are you two sharing a room or separate? I think there's not separate rooms left. Are there? No. One,
No, there's
two,
one.
three,
Yeah.
4.
Warren Brewer, Caitlin Blueberry.
Galathor
Galathor.
Aaronwin.
We got 4, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two of you head in. You're able to, the night passes.
Before I go to sleep, I look up to Emil and say, "Do I look scary to you?"
No, why? Are you scared?
No. But the captain of the merchant ship, things he said kind of unsettled me. I wonder.
Well, I could be an optimist and say that ship captains distrust everything with wings, but it might not be that. I don't know.
I'll try not to let it bother me. And then she just cozies up in the bed and falls asleep and dreams about her mentor, if she can dream about her mentor again, instead of just meditating. That's
Okay.
it's the night.
Let me check something. And then all right, where are you currently? You're in Phoenix. Let's see. Make a wisdom saving throw. See what Brixie.
Oh. No. Not another nightmare. Saving throws are not good.
Mm-hmm.
14.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, 14.
All right.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell the difference between a 9 and a 6.
Neat.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
All right, no problem. So you are surrounded by darkness, a familiar darkness that you've been in a number of times in these visions as of late, as opposed to the grand, beautiful forest sprawling out before you as beforehand, and your guardian Treant taking Treant form in your dreams. It's darkness, and there's this earthen smell, but it's soured by decay. But you can't see, but as you reach your hands out and feel around, you feel dirt with stones amidst the dirt, roots, and you find sort of a smooth section of dirt that you claw at. You feel dirt dropping down on you as well, little bits of dirt, like you're in a very small enclosed space in darkness.
Not even with my dark vision, I can't see in my dream. Okay.
It's all black. You dig and dig and dig for what feels like a very long time. Finally, after what feels like an eternity of digging through this, hands worn, fingertips bloodied from pulling at the dirt and rocks and roots and such, making your way through, you can smell a little bit of fresh air and see a little bit of light peek through just up above you, and you dig upwards a bit to try and get up and out to the light, to the air, and finally you break ground. You come out into this open area. And the light is blinding at first, as you've been in darkness for so long. But while the smell of decay still lingers, like a pile of leaves that have begun to decompose, and your eyes adjust to the light, you see a massive structure just off the distance. You find yourself atop a hill with a few trees here and there, some autumn leaves rather than summer. You're in the middle of summer-ish. But you see some autumn-colored leaves that have fallen off their trees. And as you focus more on this large object in the distance, you become aware of a number of large objects assembled together. It almost looks from this distance like a city. And you climb up out of the hole and climb up one of the trees near you to get a better look. And the tree is barren, most of the leaves on the ground. You have a very good view as you're peering through the brightness, sun just behind you, peering across a valley that runs over to what again appears to be a city on the horizon. And you get a chill across your back first, like a very cold breeze coming out of nowhere. Well, it's warm otherwise. And this just envelops you, and a shadow, like a heavy cloud, crosses the ground as you look down and is passing forward past you. As you look up to see what it is, it's this darkness. And it's rolling and tumbling like a cloud of smoke, just rolling and tumbling over itself towards the city on the horizon. And all you want to do is shout and a warning, a scream. You know this, whatever this darkness is not good. And you can feel the life force that is in this city. And you go to scream, but you can't. Nothing comes out. As hard as you try, your throat is just closed up and nothing, not even a wheeze, escapes your mouth. And you watch as this billowing smoke and darkness just consumes the entire sky and descends almost like a tornado as it kind of twists and twirls and sets down over the city and encompassing it, engulfing it in its darkness. And then you jolt awake, middle of the night, and that's where we'll end tonight's session. Woot.
Why?
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Oh, see you, Beth. Thank you so much for sticking around.
Bye, Beth. Thank you, Beth.
Neat.
Well, this is like Brixie's story arc all over again.
I can't wait until like future things happen. You're gonna be like, you're kidding me. Like,
yeah, but Brixie is just when she jolts, she's just saying not again, in the fetal position, just rocking back and forth. Not again. Not again.
Noise.
No. Oh, and that's just me saying, I'm just like, no, not again.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait for all that to get sorted out. But also to our Bone Deer stuff. Woo! Can't wait. Some seafaring business, and of course, players, let me know if you're like, I don't really want to role play all the sea things. I've got. Oh, thank you so much, Warren! Yay! Thank you for the sub. Don't forget, you get your inspiration die with that, Warren. Right, yes, all sorts of fun stuff around the corner. There's some Sea Voyage stuff. Should you all, enjoy that? If not, tell me to, and I'll skip it. And Bone Deer goodies. I can't wait. So thank you all for joining us on our special night, and thank you, players, for the idea, because I love it, for being here today, and for making it. Yeah, everyone is here. So great.
It makes me happy.
Yeah.
So y'all have a boat now. I guess half. I guess we have a boat.
We've had a boat.
Yes, half for sure. We got some in the other game. They got some crossover stuff. Yeah, Sterling Sam and other stuff.
Oh, they have Sterling Sam.
They just have met Sterling Sam. Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited for that other stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just ready for the crossover. Yeah, half said it better. Nice setup for crossovers.
For sure.
Yes.
Viewers, thank you as always, especially for coming on a Monday night and joining us. And players, thank you. Everyone was here. I can't believe it. It's amazing. Catch us again Friday. Not everyone will be able to be here this Friday, but they'll all be doing super fun and exciting things. So make sure you're following everybody on their Twitter and Instagrams and all the other stuff so you can see all the cool things they're doing. And hope you all have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow night, of course, for Kira's Lament, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. Back here Friday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And you can catch all our old stuff because I'm actually caught up on YouTube if you want to.
Woo!
Older episodes.
Oh, can I say something real quick? For
quickly.
the whole entire year up till the Extra Life event, I am raising money for Extra Life. I think I've said this like 2 weeks ago now.
Okay.
That I've raised $505 for Extra Life. So, yeah.
Very good.
Awesome.
Anytime I go live, you guys can donate. I've been making postcards. I mean, I actually need to get those sent out to those people who have
Send them.
donated enough money. Donated $20 for a postcard. So yeah. So donate links. I need to send a link to add to my command to you, Dan. But we can do that another day.
Neat. Okay,
So.
yes, please do. All right, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night, and we'll catch you soon. You all rock. Thank you, players. Thank you, viewers. Bye.
Bye.